Arsenal, Joe Willock, subject of £25 million transfer agreement. Arsenal midfielder Joe Willock's immediate playing future remains as uncertain as ever. Or does it? The 21 years old was magnificent while loaned to Street Boots and his Newcastle side for the second half of Premier League season, and now appears to be on his way to Magpies in permanent move. Joe Willock played his own game of two halves in the previous campaign. Mikel Arteta barely used him domestically, only playing two matches of significant minutes, 57 minutes against Leeds in 0-0 draw, followed by a 90-minute outing against Wolves. No goals, no assists in the league for the Hell Ender. However, like much Nicola Pepe for last spells, his best form came in Europa League. His best form came in Europa League in Arsenal's 6 group stage games. Willock often put fourth man of the match performance with his 3 goals and 3 assists, make him a certain starter. While his efforts in Europe would be something to be proud of, it was in the Premier League where he wanted to find more. As much as anything, it was more about getting consistent minutes and full games under his belt, instead of late substitute appearance that had become a hallmark of his career thus far. Arsenal midfielder Joe Willock, subject of £25 million transfer agreement as a Newcastle eyes summer move that will help fund Arteta's squad rebuild. In January, Willock sealed his temporary move to Tyneside, where Steve Bruce has been vocal admired since. Willock smashing Premier League records in the process will have helped by scoring 7 consecutive matches. Willock became the youngest player in the competition's history to do so. His 21 years, 21st years, and 272 days. Always having an eye for goal. That was on show for the Northeast. What would please Arteta and Bruce the most is the quality of oppositions. Willock performed well and scored against Liverpool, Manchester City, Leicester City, Tottenham, and West Ham. All felt his want. Rally to Arsenal loan players makes such an impression. Just in case there was any doubting that Tune Army fell over otherwise. St. James Park was audibly unified on the final day of the season as chants of "We want you to stay" rang around the terrace. That speak volume of his sensational 6-month stint. Now he's back with a decent loan spell under his belt in which he not only scored goals but also got some serious minutes in the most competitive league in the world. He completed the full 90 minutes 7 times out of his 14 games. With apparent agreements in place, it is now coming to an end. Newcastle agree £25 million deal to sign Joe Willock from Arsenal. The question remains, does Willock have a future at the Emirates? Newcastle have made it abundantly clear that they want Willock back. So much so that it's been reported by the Magpies are willing to part with £22 million to take Willock back to Tyneside on a permanent deal. That has been countered, added to by 90 Minutes, who reported that a £25 million deal has been agreed by the Magpies to sign the midfielder. With all that is left to confirm, the move being convincing Willock that his future lies on Tyneside. Word was Newcastle proposed a loan in the first round of negotiations, but with their entire budget being spent on one player. They spend on one player. They will instead make up their 2 loan spots for the season elsewhere. They are committing to the player wholeheartedly. These offers, which one is accurate remains to be seen, but the similarities in fee and growing outlets reporting is hints toward his being the end from the Magpies. Will certainly have Arsenal and Arteta in depth thought. That's their valuations after all. Does the club give the green light to let him go, or will be rejected by Arsenal? Midfield options are frightfully slim. The midfielder options are frightfully slim, and Willock is the only player who could potentially fill in number 10. An offer, and this is crucial, goes from midfielder. They may decide to wait until another goal-scoring options in the middle of the pitch, where number 8 or number 10 can be secured. Should the gunner agree, then it would provide richly designed cash injection to then go and pursue its target transfer. Should the gunner agree, then it would provide richly designed cash injection to then and go and pursues its transfer targets. Yet we do not want another Serge Gnabry situation, do we? So for a small fee, and then look at the type of player of German's winger has become. A reliable starter from Bayern Munich and a genius star. Something the gunner could do with right now. Risks must be taken though. With the ever-changing landscape that is football, the rumored offer from Newcastle might be too virtual to refuse. Arsenal need money. That is the bottom line. How Arsenal can win my series tournament to Tottenham Spurs. Arsenal can actually win something this season. Well, they could if there was actually something meaningful to win. That's it. As the trophy-less Tottenham, who celebrate an Audi Cup win like it was a purchased silverware in hubristic fashions, they will be seeing it like the come sees Sunday. With an astounding amount of work left to do in this transfer window before deadline on August 31st, the hunt for James Madison is currently taking center stage. The hunt of James Madison is currently taking center stage. Throw in Thomas Partey desperations thrown in Thomas Partey's desperately unfortunate injury, the pursuit of backup goalkeeper, and desperations to sell as many players as possible in a short amount of time, and actual football has taken something to a backseat. Making the short journey up the Seven Sister Road to take on Tottenham in their backyards is not something to ignore, though. How Arsenal can win my series tournaments versus Tottenham's and Mikel Arteta force Nuno Espirito Santo sides on Sunday. It is billed as friendly and is part of three-game series with the proceeds going to mental health charities, mine, and the three clubs' respective foundations. It's for a great cause, and while the context of the meeting has wonderful intentions, it's still two Finns virtuals facing one another. Falling to a 2-1 loss at home to Chelsea in the opening game, which should have been 2-2 were it not for the lineman taking a nap when a Joe Willock thundered at an effort in off the crossbar. The Boo then squandered a 2-0 halftime lead when Nuno Espirito Sanchez's side came to the Stamford Bridge. Wholesale change from Thomas Tuchel after the break saw Chelsea lose all the dominations they had in the first 45 minutes as goal from Lucas Moura and Steven Bergwijn secures a draw for our visitors. To complete the mini tournament, Mikel Arteta will take his side 4 miles north on Sunday, trailing the series with solitary point occurred from Tyneside goal. Chelsea currently sit on 8 points, 3 for a win, 1 for a draw, and 4 for their goals on with Spurs on 3. So, as noted by Sam Inkersole, in order to lift silverware at spoon ground again, but also not currently at all, Arsenal need to win scoring 4 or more goals. Easy, right? With Ben White, the only arrival so far, who was expected to be thrust straight into the first team starting up lineup, that may now change following Partey's injury with Albert Sambly Loganga in with Genius shout of being selected from the off against Brentford.